We're a Southern style restaurant, but I guess you could coin it by saying it's comfort food with a little healthier twist, because we try to have a lot of side dishes and fresh vegetables. We do a lot of seafood. You know, we have crab cakes and crawfish cakes, and we make black bean cakes, we make black eyed pea cakes, we do some other things with the food that gives it a little different twist. And also the people that want traditional Southern food, they'll come in and get, you know, catfish with collard greens and sweet potatoes. We're a city restaurant, and we're proud of that. We're not so much about atmosphere, we're really about, I think the atmosphere is the people that come here. It's really attracted a good crossroads of Chicago, and it's important to us. We have a very diverse clientele.
So Walter, I'm sure you love all the restaurants in your ward, but why do you vote for Wishbone?
Well, I appreciate Wishbone because Wishbone is one of those restaurants that you can go to with anyone, no matter what their taste is, and they will find something that they like at Wishbone. You know, it's like being at home, going to your mother's house, and your mother say, "You hungry? Here, let me cook up something." You know, and Wishbone is just like down home cooking to me. You know, there's not too many places in Chicago where you can get greens, you know, sweet potatoes. The muffins that they give you, the muffins are a little sweet. Mm-hmm. They're very good, very addictive. If they don't hurry up and bring the food, you would probably eat the whole basket of muffins because they're so good.
Now, Judy, what's the most fun thing to do when you're waiting for a table at Wishbone?
Drink. You can go up to the bar and you can have a Bloody Mary, which has a little appetizer of a green olive in it, or a cup of coffee. There's newspapers, and you can read the newspapers, but the best thing is that you see Chicago, and you see all of Chicago there. And I think that that's real exciting.
Now, Robert, you were there actually for dinner time, which I think a lot of people, you know, don't think of Wishbone and I'm going to go for dinner.
Well, I've known Wishbone for years and years and years, and it's one of my favorite places for breakfast and brunch. And I used to go to the original one all the time on Grand. And I've gone to the one, you know, right there lots and had fabulous time. And even though you kind of wait, I agree with Judy that it's a great Chicago restaurant. But I have to say I was a little disappointed going there for dinner. And it was a little chaotic. And it just didn't quite have, I was looking for a little bit more attentiveness, I think, for dinner service. Mm-hmm. I know what brunch is like, I know what breakfast is like, and I wanted to see a little bit more. But I think there's some better Cajun and Southern cooking that I've experienced in Chicago for a main dinner time.
What did you have for dinner?
I had crab cakes to begin. I had this tilapia kind of smothered with a sort of mushroom sauce. And I'll tell you the great thing, as Walter pointed out, the greens are fantastic, the sweet potatoes. Every entree you get a couple of side dishes, and the side dishes are outstanding, whether it's black-eyed peas or rice and beans. It's fantastic. And it just didn't quite all kind of come together on that particular meal, and it's unfortunate when that happens. Listen, I run a theater company. I can tell you my audience will see, you know, they'll see a bad performance on a night, or people are a little bit off. So I know that happens. Did you both go, you're talking about brunch mostly?
Well, I go all the time.
But they know you. You're the alderman.
Well, let's talk about the neighborhood actually for a little bit, because that neighborhood in the last, you know, probably nine to just recently has really grown a lot, and you know, it wasn't really a neighborhood where people would go down.
It was actually Skid Row, and restaurants like Wishbone is a restaurant that helped to pioneer, that are pioneers in the neighborhood. They came over there and they came over there with their own style, and people come from all over Chicago. Right. To eat at Wishbone.
Well, it's really developed since Wishbone has been open down there on Washington. There was also Vivo, and then all the other restaurants just started to grow around there, and now,
I think the West Loop is that's like the heart of the restaurant scene in Chicago right now. It really is a fantastic community.
And there's a lot of great restaurants. And the owners of Wishbone, I mean, it's a family business. You have Guy, Joe, you have Brianka. They're always there. They're always talking to people in the restaurant.
It's got some hilarious art on the walls. I mean, here you are sitting in this breakfast place and you're looking at pictures of eggs and chickens.
Their mother actually is the artist of all the artwork in the restaurant, which is, I thought, really special.
It's very funky, it's very fun.
And they have a unique cooking style there. They, Joel and Guy grew up in North Carolina, but Joel also spent a lot of time in New York and in the New Jersey area working for soul food restaurants. And their grandmother's French. So when they grew up, they had a combination of Southern style cooking plus the French cooking, and I think that's reflected a little bit in their menu and things that they make.
Definitely.
You also see, again, it's a very busy restaurant, but you go in and you don't see an unhappy face having to wait, and you look around and everybody is smiling throughout the whole experience. And the wait staff, as busy as they are, they're really pleasant. And it's a fabulous place to bring out-of-towners for brunch on a weekend when you're entertaining somebody.
I couldn't agree more with that. I mean, it's really, it's always going to remain one of my top brunch places.
Yeah.
Well, Walter, this is your favorite place, so give us a little summary of it.
Well, I think it's a great restaurant. I like the people there. I go morning, noon, and night. It's very down-home cooking. It's like something that some food that you would cook at home if you really knew how to cook, that mom would cook for you.
And Judy, what about for you?
Well, I've been there for dinner once, and it was a while ago, and I thought it was good. I love the brunch there, and I love the camaraderie there. And I think it's real reasonable, too, for what you get.
And on the other side of the table, we have Robert.
I love this restaurant, and I think it's one of my favorite brunch places in the city of Chicago. I don't think it can be beat. I just wouldn't recommend it for dinner right now. I just think that there are better places that serve kind of Southern food, Cajun food, just a little bit more thoroughly and a little bit more efficiently. But for brunch, it cannot be beat.
Well, you can find Wishbone at 1001 West Washington in Chicago. The number is 312-850-2663. They're open Monday for breakfast and lunch only, and Tuesday through Sunday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Reservations are not accepted here, so expect to wait at peak times, especially during brunch. And the average tab without the Bloody Marys is about $9 to $12 a person.